Hey there, my friend. It's time for our weekly wisdom card draw. This is your time to pause, ground yourself in the moment, connect with your body and soul, reclaim the power you have to create your life in each moment, and commit or recommit to shining your light in the world. To help you do that, I'm going to draw a card from Running Your World, the companion deck to my book, Running the World Marathon Memoirs from the Seven Continents. Each card has a photo from one of the continents on the front and then an inspirational message and reflection prompts on the back. Before I draw a card, I want to invite you to let yourself arrive in this moment. So letting go of whatever came before, letting go of whatever will come after. Maybe you want to shake it off a little bit or take a big deep breath and let it out. Past that little introduction into the present moment, I would say there is no need, and there's no need to do that either. You don't have to mark the transition, but sometimes it helps to actually physically ground yourself into the present, recognizing the transition from the past to the present, which is usually where we tend to spend most of our time. So just kind of doing something and then letting your awareness arrive in the moment and let it just rest on what is here to be noticed. Meaning you don't have to do deep breathing or measured breathing or anything fancy. You really are just here to notice what your breath is already doing. Notice what your body is already doing. Perhaps you notice the feeling of the contact between your body and whatever surface is supporting you. So if you're sitting, noticing the contact between yourself and the chair. Maybe you notice your feet on the floor. If you're standing, certainly noticing that contact between your feet and the floor or the earth, or again, whatever is supporting you. Maybe saying a little thank you to whatever surface is supporting you. And you can also just notice your immediate surroundings. So using your senses, looking, smelling, hearing, what is it that you can detect with your senses? And if you are in a place that you've been lots and lots of times before, maybe you've stopped noticing what's around you. So maybe bringing a little bit of curiosity to what's around you and noticing as if you're seeing your surroundings for the very first time. So these direct experiences of where our body is in space, what the body is doing, how the body is feeling, these are all things that bring you into the present, because the body is only ever here and now. So if you ever feel like you're getting a little bit lost in the past or the future, connecting with the body and its interaction with the environment is a really great way to connect to the present. So as you continue to do that, whether you're connecting with your breath, the contact, or your immediate environment, or all three at the same time, I am going to bring the cards to my heart and ask to be guided to the message that most wants to support you today. And putting that intention out there, I'm going to shuffle the cards. And you just keep noticing whatever it is you notice by being in the present moment. In this moment, there is nowhere else to be. There is nothing else to do. You are giving yourself the gift of this presence. And our card today is acceptance. All right, so we have a beach in Australia here. Got some wind blowing the trees. Acceptance. Are you arguing with reality? Wishing people or situations were other than they are? Wishing you were somewhere else in life? The tree doesn't argue with the wind, but plants its roots deep and lets its branches bend and flow. Acceptance doesn't mean you have to tolerate unhealthy relationships or circumstances. It doesn't mean you don't set goals and work to achieve them. But in order to create change, you need to start where you actually are, not where you wish you were. Grounding in reality gives you an actionable way forward through the inevitable winds of life. By all means, dream bigger than you think is possible. Then plant your roots deep in who you are, accept where you are, and take a small, achievable step toward the vision of where you want to be. All right, my friend, letting that settle in, letting the energy of that message flow through you, and noticing anything that's coming up and allowing anything that's coming up. Maybe you're feeling emotions. Maybe there's some thoughts coming up. Maybe you're noticing physical sensations or nothing at all, which is also okay. Anything you're feeling or experiencing is totally normal for you. So just being curious, not needing to chase after anything and grab onto it, not needing to push anything away. A lot of times we like to push away discomfort, but there are lessons there. The discomfort is trying to speak to you. So acceptance. What is something you need to accept so that you can actually start to make your way through it? So I'll read it again. Right, acceptance. We've got our wind blowing our trees here. And the message. Are you arguing with reality? Wishing people or situations were other than they are? Wishing you were somewhere else in life? The tree doesn't argue with the wind, but plants its roots deep and lets its branches bend and flow. Acceptance doesn't mean you have to tolerate unhealthy relationships or circumstances. It doesn't mean you don't set goals and work to achieve them. But in order to create change, you need to start where you actually are, not where you wish you were. Grounding in reality gives you an actionable way forward through the inevitable winds of life. By all means, dream bigger than you think is possible. Then plant your roots deep in who you are, accept where you are, and take a small, achievable step toward the vision of where you want to be. And again, just letting that energy flow through you. Noticing perhaps, is there a part of the message that your attention is most drawn to? Or maybe the feeling of the whole message. What is it bringing up for you? Again, letting whatever is coming up be perfectly okay. And trusting that key. Acceptance doesn't just mean, oh, it is what it is and there's nothing I can do about it, or sit on the couch and not, eat bonbons and not do anything, right? It just means start where you are. It's surprising sometimes how difficult that can be. Just being curious. What is coming up that might benefit from your acceptance today? What did this card intend when it came out as what will most support you today? And so as you explore this, as you go through this week, maybe looking for things, where am I arguing with reality? Where might I need to accept something so that I can actually do something actionable to change it? Or, there's that serenity prayer, right? Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. A lot of times that key is in knowing the difference. So where can you accept something so that you can move forward and potentially not stay stuck? Maybe there is something that needs to get unstuck by your acceptance. So enjoy that exploration. I wish you a wonderful week, and thank you as always for taking this time and space for yourself today. I honor you for being on the journey. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care, my friend.